Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and you are watching The Passage, a Skyrim SE Let's Play, featuring Ettient Jorel, the Altmer Ranger, and his companion Garm. And last we left off, our two companions had rather easily taken this location that we're calling the Butte based on some good planning and execution. They made it work, and everything went pretty well. Now we are at this stage. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We have some time before nightfall, and as we consult our map, the next Forsworn camp that we are going to be attacking is Serpent's Bluff Redoubt, but between us and that we have Moldering Ruins. What we know about Moldering Ruins is that there is a vampire present there. We don't really know the number or strength of the forces there, but we do know that it stands between us and Serpent's Bluff. And, you know, we've made it our business to kind of cleanse the Reach, if you will. So we are going to investigate Moldering Ruins and see if we can't at least put a damper on whatever is going on there. So, as we look at it now, we can actually see the camp right there. So, between us and that camp, we've got kind of a rock outcrop here that we might be able to use as a good platform to maybe investigate what's going on there. We can't really see the sight lines very well, so I can't tell what we'll be able to see from there, but it seems like a good starting point. So that is what we are going to do. Now from up here, we're also able to see a settlement over here. This is a settlement that we've not seen before. So Etienne doesn't know what this is. At some point, we may want to investigate that, but right now we've got our path pretty much laid out for us here. Okay, we're just taking out that wolf. Make sure it doesn't in any way mess up our plan. We've done some observation of this location from where we were on the Butte. We could see movement, but no way to tell who it is or how many. So let's climb up here and see if we can get a better look at what's going on over there. Yeesh. Ooh. Don't fall off now. Okay, this is a pretty good perch, though it's not exactly concealed. Maybe we can drop down a little bit behind. That's a little better. Use the tree to brace ourselves. Well, they definitely have a sizable encampment up there, big enough for at least one tent. And it was their tent that really gave them away. We could see that very easily from across this opening, which is pretty significant distance. So let's look at where we're at here. I still think, you know, we have a fairly good amount of steel arrows, so that's probably still our best bet. All right. Let's put one down range and see what we can stir up. Oh, wait a second. Got it. A mage down. That's good. Where's he going? Got him. Now we definitely, based on this hound, we definitely know there's a vampire there. Nice. Right between the eyes. Wow. We couldn't have asked for better on that series. All right. All right, girl. Now we approach with caution. Wow, look at that. Good shot, Ranger. I sincerely hope you are all doing well. I am doing fine, and I thank you for visiting my channel yet again and watching another episode of The Passage. I'm glad you're here. Etienne is glad you're here. Garm is glad you're here. Okay, now we're pretty sure we took out that mage, but let's play it safe. Oh yeah. I always like to see where the shots go. Look at that. That's, I will take that shot any day of the week. Dwarven Mage Unarmored Robe, so that's not much we could use there. I'll take the dagger. Approach with caution. Orcish arrows we will take. They must be down in there. All right. So the question is, what would we do here? Ladies and gentlemen, I can honestly tell you that if I had my choice, what Etienne would do in this situation is he would take all of these big heavy crates and he would shove them over the door, effectively blocking them in forever. That's what he would do. He wouldn't go down in there. Our deal with the Thalmor, as far as we know it, has nothing to do with fighting vampires, and there is inherently more risk in fighting vampires. So we are moving on. Before we do, we don't... I mean, our assumption is that if there is a vampire in there, they're not going to emerge during daylight. So we're going to hide the bodies rather feebly, but we're going to hide the bodies nonetheless. So if they do emerge, they won't immediately be alarmed at not seeing their thralls hanging around. So if I was playing on Legacy Skyrim, 32-bit Skyrim, I would be using Jackson's Positioner, and I would use Jackson's Positioner as a roleplay device, and I would have picked up one of those heavy crates and simply slid it down over the trapdoor. trapping them inside. That would have been my my reaction to that. Ooh, 26 of 40 butterfly wings. I still don't know what's going to happen when I get those. I should probably research that, eh? That's part of Anai Sion's Imperious Races. So there is a small quest that is specific to High Elves where you collect butterfly wings, and when you get to 40, I'm not sure what happens. I haven't done enough research on that, so... But we're grabbing them anyways, and we'll see what happens. Alright. Here's our target. Serpent's Bluff Redoubt. Definitely has all the hallmarks of a gaudy Forsworn camp, without doubt. Alright. So, best thing for us to do at this point is we're going to look for a secure location to build a camp. A very temporary and uncomfortably cold camp. But a camp nonetheless. And get a little bit of a rest before attacking. We'll attack in the dark. It seems like the best option. Broad daylight attack in a space like this where there's relatively little cover just doesn't make a lot of sense. So we're going to sneak around here. See if there's any better spot. Not really. We're better off this way. So let's go back around here. We'll set up a temporary campsite right here. This seems like as good a spot as any. So right there. Okay, girl. This is our camp for the night. Okay, get used to it. No bitching. Okay, we're not going to use the lights. And we are going to sleep. So what time is it? Okay, 6 p.m. We can get 8 hours of sleep. Right? Still strike at, say, 2 o'clock in the morning. That seems good. All right. Let's get packed up. All right. I know, right? I hear ya. We're having fun. All right, this is dangerous, though. We got to get serious. So, all right, we may as well carve up this wheel, I guess, to wedges. I don't know why I saved this dog meat. That's so disgusting. I'm dropping that. I'm gonna eat an apple. Etienne is hardcore, but I don't know if he'd eat dog meat. Well, he might eat dog meat, but he's definitely not going to eat meat off a death hound. I'm sorry, but it seems like it would already be spoiled before you even butchered the thing. I don't know. Although, it would be really cool if you had a mod that would allow you to skin a death hound and use the pelts for cloaks and stuff, where you could get kind of that smoky, interesting looking property of the death hound in the apparel that you make. Okay, girl, you know the routine. All right? You know the routine. Stay right here. Attack on my signal. Alright, we're going to try that method again. This is a much bigger camp. Perhaps a bit more complicated here. Alright. Ooh. Nothing yet. Can we get up here? Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can go around the back of this. Hey, look at this. Huh. Dwarven mace. Heavy. Impractical to take that. Okay, we got fog rolling in. This is going to work in our favor, perhaps. Okay, now, let's exercise our brains a little bit here. And what do we know about the Forsworn? Well, we know when we see that crazy apparatus, that's basically the hallmark of a Briarheart. So already we know that this camp has at least one Briarheart in it. Yep, someone in there. Judging by the signature, it kind of looks like they're standing up as well. And there's someone right there. Our hearing isn't picking them up, but our eyes are, that's for sure. We can see there's a map on the table. We would definitely like to know what's on that. Now the problem is we've got kind of an upper and a lower camp. The lower camp we can see, but it's too foggy to pick out any targets. And our instincts aren't helping us out right now either, so we're gonna look for movement. Wish I could determine whether or not our Briarheart was sleeping. I don't know. That looks like a person standing to me. Two guards down. Oldest trick in the book, right? Take one down, let the other investigate. Okay, we got a Forsworn there. Okay, now the weather has cleared a little bit. We may have an opportunity to get a view into the lower camp without looking inside that tent. Look at, there's someone laying down in there asleep. Died in your sleep. Not a bad way to go. If you're gonna go, right? Alright, that's 3 down. All in the lower camp, working from the upper camp. This is so far so good. So far so good. Now, if I take this one out here that we know is here, I'm guessing that that is definitely going to draw out our Briarheart. Son of a gun. Sensitive. Now, can I thread one right over the top of the rock here?
Someone there?
Okay, he's going down to the lower camp. Garm might actually pick him up. So let's reposition ourselves. So far, so good. Man, I wonder what's going on down there. Right there. There he is. Kidding me? That's 2 shots perfectly lined up.
Someone there?
Damn it. Son of a bitch. Should have been dead by now.
I guess I was just hearing things.
Where is he? All right. Oh, he's getting up again now.
Huh? Nothing here after all.
He's on edge. Even when we're hidden, he's on edge. My guess is the...
Someone there?
Okay. Now we've got our reinforcements in. Okay. Good dog. Good dog. Look at that. Another Briarheart bounty. Orcish War Axe of Arcing. Could be worth money. Alright. Body count time. Okay, there's one. These are the first 2 guards we took out. Yeah. Yeah, shot to the chest. Interesting. I shot more than one arrow in here. We picked up one that was short. I'm just always curious, kind of investigating where my shots went. There's always a chance that it might help me later on. All right, girl. And I can't click it anymore. All right. Not sure what the issue is here. I mean, it's a simple fix. It's a little bit annoying. But something was mentioned about this specific bug on the mod page, and the solution was, you know, save and reload kind of thing, and it'll start working. So I don't know if there's anything I can really do about it except what I'm doing now. It's another shot to the chest. The hounds are getting their stride. I feel like we've actually developed our own battle tactics, which is pretty awesome, actually. But think about these battle tactics and how specific they are to our style of combat and what we're doing. And then try to imagine Etienne and Garm functioning as effectively in a place like a Barrow or a Dwemer Ruin, and you can kind of see how having a geographically specific character build like this works and doesn't work, how there may be times when you're looking at all of this thinking, wow, it seems like he's overpowered, or like he's sneaking too much, or, you know, things like that. Well, that's the fighting style here. That's what works. But what happens, you know, when we see Etienne in a situation where the same tactics are less useful, you know? I think that's part of what makes it such a fun experiment. Okay, here. This is important. Let's read this. The matriarch grows weary of your hesitation. Our people control the entire eastern slope of the Reach, all save Sunguard. Take it, and the invaders will be cut off from all retreat. But we must move now while its defenses are still weak. Summon the tribes, do what you must, but if you do not act, she shall find someone who will. Sunguard. We don't know what Sunguard is or where it is, but our best guess is that Sunguard is a fort if they're talking about the defenders falling back into that whatever Sunguard is. Stands to reason that it's some kind of a military structure, some kind of a fort or a castle or a palisade even. Orcish arrows. Sure needed those. Okay, now look at this map. Now this is something we can deal with. Alright, so just as a point of roleplay, you'll notice I have been referring to this map frequently now that we have acquired the secret map from Madanoch's headquarters. I felt okay from a roleplay perspective accessing this, but I was being very specific about staying on this side of the map where the Reach was and not going to the other sides. Now that we have acquired this map, again, from a roleplay perspective, there's no way that Ettient would leave this here. He would roll it up and stick it in his backpack. So now when we refer to this map, I will be referring to the entirety of the map, because Ettient now has access to a map that shows him the entire province and all of its holds. Look at how this... it's amazing, isn't it? To me, it's amazing how geographically focused we have been. I mean, literally, there is nothing past this river valley that we have explored. We've been so focused. You'll notice these items are highlighted. I have had to go here, but the only reason that I went there is I had to go there temporarily because Garm, when Garm comes into the game, Garm is located at the House of the Dead here in Whiterun. So I had to go over here and retrieve Garm and deposit her over here in the Reach where we could integrate her into the story. That's the only reason I did that. I just wanted to play it safe rather than trying to console her in or something like that. I went there and got her and took her out. So now we have access to the full map. We know all the major settlements in the province. And if we look at this map, it actually has some stuff on it. It has some stuff on it that our map doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, well, I guess these are labeled, but we know that over here, that little settlement that we saw down the way is, that we saw down the way is called Rorikstad now, because it's actually labeled on the map. So this is kind of the classic Skyrim provincial map that we will be using as sort of a reference point going forward. So if a lake or a river or a town or whatever is labeled on here with a name, then Ettient will know what it is. Okay? All right. I'm going to make a save here. All right, we've got more work to do here, though. Man, what is with the goat heads and stuff? There is a book in-game that is focused on hagravens, kind of a bestiary type book. And that seems like the kind of thing that, if Ettient felt free to travel, that he might travel other places in Skyrim looking for a reference tome like that. Something to think about. Hey, you. Hush. Okay. Now, we can use our instincts indoors, but they're less effective. I'm assuming that the range is affected. Madmen of the Reach, we've grabbed one of these. We have it in our inventory. Oh, there's somebody right there. No point in hesitating. That's useful. That's useful. How many arrows did we acquire there? Oh, 25 dwarven arrows. This is good. We can use this. Oh boy. So at this point, we attacked very early in the morning, and we pretty much cleanly took out everyone outside. So these people in here are going to be unaware. They've had no time to prepare extra defenses, that kind of thing. Okay, there's a hagraven. All right. If the hagraven's on board, then we need to step up our game. So we're going to damage that Magicka regen. And do I have any... We don't have anything to fortify marksmanship, do we? No true shot. We do have some paralysis we could use if things get really dicey, which is fine. And we do have some invisibility that we could use. Let's use our invisibility now to try and set up the best possible shot we can on the hagraven. It would be great to take her out in a single shot and just take the magic off the table from the get-go. So we will attempt that. Oh man, she's gonna stay right behind that damn thing too. Oh, this is the worst. Small target. I got her. Gonna get her? Hagraven's down. All right. Whew. Steel arrows on the forager. We're swimming in arrows. They're just all the wrong kinds of arrows, frankly. All right. I don't know what this does. Good to know. Hey, Garm. Come on. Let's go. I think we're in the clear, but making sure to bring her with just in case we're not. And I don't know what this tripwire does. Does this activate the nasty trap over there? Oh, that? Taking the sword. Hooded gray robes. Is this now? I'm gonna sneak around it. All right, let's confirm that we got the job done up here. We did. We were very lucky, actually, that that first shot hit. It was a very, very small target to shoot at. But when playing this character, I'm painfully aware of how little damage I do at short range. So nailing that shot was a good thing. No whammies? Okay. Alright. Let's see if we can figure out what the hell is going on here. Orcish dagger. Okay. Okay, that opened our door up there. Hopefully no nasties came out. There we go. Some money. Lots of copies of the Red Eagle stuff. Suppose that makes sense. Bosmer boots. Okay, we'll take the Bosmer boots. We know we can melt those down for Moonstone. As strange as that seems. Alright. Come on, girl, let's see where this goes. Steel cuff boots. Oop, carrying too much now. Now we've done it. Okay, we'll deposit some stuff we don't need in this chest. Hjalti's sword. I can't remember if I know who Hjalti is or not. Alright, let's see. What do we got that's just weighing us down? Am I carrying things like firewood and crap? Yes, firewood. Firewood's a nice to have, but we can always gather that in the field, I guess. So we'll get rid of that. And as far as weapons go, you know, it's always possible that I grabbed something that was very heavy. Mostly I've just been grabbing swords and daggers because I want to melt them down, you know? Well, I think we're okay. I mean, we're not encumbered anymore, so... Ooh. Nightshade. The Wisp Mother. Twin Secrets. Excellent. No need to keep it, though. Dwarven Greatsword. Don't need that either. Hagraven Feathers. Taking. Alright. Now. Elves Ear. Taking that too. We got our hands on more ingredients that are required for us to make our Fortify Marksman potions and paralysis. Something here we can get, right? I saw flash. Blisterwort. We want Blisterwort. Let's go. We are out. Well, we did it. Check the serpents off the list. Well, that leaves us in an interesting situation here. Let's do a time check. Okay. We're doing okay now as far as sleep goes. We did get 8 hours. We started out very early, though, so we're going to start to run out of gas in the afternoon. I think the next logical phase of this operation is Lost Valley Redoubt. However, based on the note that we found in this camp, it seems fairly urgent that we figure out what Fort Sunguard is, because if Fort Sunguard has been occupied by Forsworn, we're going to need to add a target to our to-do list. So that is what we're going to have to do. We need to locate Sunguard. It was referred to in the note as Sunguard, not Fort Sunguard. However, Etienne is sort of making the assumption that if they're talking about military forces falling back to it, that it must be some kind of defensible fort. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we return, the battle will continue. Thank you so much for watching The Passage. I do appreciate all of your support of my channel, and I will see you next time.